Trevor Bauer has been doing somewhat of a media tour. He's been on a couple podcasts over the last couple weeks,
Yeah.
saying that first off, he just wants to play, wants to get back into Major League Baseball. He's willing to pitch for the league minimum,
Yeah.
which I don't blame him. He's made quite a bit of money, right?
Yep.
And I'm sure he's been pretty smart with it for the most part.
Oh, I
A
would think
lot of
so.
those guys are, and the league minimum is nothing to snub your nose at. But he says, give him the league minimum. If it doesn't work out, cut him. And he has no qualms. He's like, it is so easy for you to get out of this contract. No problem whatsoever.
Yeah.
Before we get into the next part of this, Brig, though, I want to know, do you think it would be worth it to bring in Trevor Bauer for the league minimum for every team, most teams, some teams, no teams? Is he washed?
Well, he's not washed.
I don't think he's washed either.
No, I don't think that enters the argument at all. No.
Right.
I think if it's a raw tryout and you could blindfold everybody or maybe put a bag over his head and so nobody knew it was him or something, I think that his performance alone would raise eyebrows. I don't think that's the problem. Yeah, that's not the problem. The problem is the allegations and the history and the what it's going to look like.
This is my thing with this, Brig. He was found innocent in a court of law. And there have been guys who have been found guilty of worse things, similar or worse things, who are still in the league and served shorter suspensions as well.
Listen,
that's my big thing with this whole thing.
I am right there with you. I hold the exact same opinion. And if Major League Baseball continues to hold him accountable for things that he was found innocent of, that's a huge problem. Mm-hmm. If then other teams continue to hold him accountable because they are getting pressure from the institution of Major League Baseball, which I assume is what's going on,
what it feels like,
then that's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
My question is, which club is the equivalent of the 1970s and 80s Raiders right now in Major League Baseball? Who is the team that will sign anybody that is willing to be the villain or is willing to be the come-all meritocracy rough and tumble team? And I'll give you the answer, there isn't one.
Right.
And that's the problem, right? Because there is not this looming Darth Vader presence like Al Davis was in Major League Baseball. It's too neat. It's too tidy.
It was at one point. It was George Steinbrenner was the.
It was.
I mean, we refer to the Yankees as the Empire, the evil Empire, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, though, George Steinbrenner, I don't think would have brought him in if Rob Manfred was like, I don't know if you should do that. Like he was a little bit of a cowboy and a gunslinger. I'll give him that, where he was going against some of the status quo and things like that. But I still don't think that if the league was telling him we don't want this guy in the league, I don't think he would have brought him in. I don't think he would have made the Al Davis move.
I don't know. I'm just saying we don't have that personality in baseball right now. And
the thing that's funny too is like you say that, and it's kind of like the Astros had a chance to do it.
They did,
but they didn't have the personalities in clubhouse to do it.
That's right.
And so they're just like,
well, they had some of them.
I don't want to do that. Yeah, not enough guys.
I think,
and not the front office to do it either.
No, not the front office. yeah. So, okay, I'm going to go out on a limb. I don't think it's on a limb. I'm going to just come right at you. If I'm the Athletics, that's the deal I'm going for, is the Athletics. If I'm Trevor Bauer. And if I'm the Athletics, I'm going after Trevor Bauer. Because they have literally nothing to lose. Nothing. They don't have a lot of money. Anyway. They don't have a lot of money. No big deal. If any team in the league right now is willing to take a gamble with the fan sentiment, with the league's opinion of them, with whatever money they still have to their name, you can stack up every factor that you might want to consider, and the Athletics are the team that needs to sign Trevor Bauer.
You're right. Absolutely nothing to lose.
Not one thing.
How are the fans going to boycott if they don't show up anyway?
Dude, and even if they do, they'll get a terrific pitcher.
Yeah.
Or he'll get shelled and then everybody will go, see, we told you so. And
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. Trevor Bauer wins, the league wins, the team wins, the fans win, everybody wins. Let the man play. Put him in Oakland until they find a way to go to Vegas, which the courts just issued an injunction against or something. And then now it's just
It's got
getting
to be
worse.
such a mess.
It's a total mess. But this is the perfect seam for Trevor Bauer to slide right into.
You're right.
And you give him one good year with the Athletics, and this will all disappear.
Yep. Yeah. And you know what'll happen is if he is lights out and completely dominant as a number 5 pitcher, even with the Athletics, they trade him to a contender in July. I guarantee that happens.
Yeah, and you watch Major League Baseball consider him the sweetheart. You watch them paint him as a Cinderella story of redemption and recovery, and they will just paint the most beautiful picture ever. And they will eat so much crow, and it'll come right back to bite them. You just wait. This is exactly what needs to happen.
100%. Well, and here's the other thing too, Brig, is that so I was watching him on a podcast and he was talking about how people would get so upset at him for like calling guys out and doing the thing where he would shut one eye and do the sword and everything like that. He's like,
Yeah,
I'm trying to create interest here. I'm trying to make storylines because it's hard to make storylines when you play every single day. Right? The NFL does a great job, a beautiful job building up storylines every single week. This is the game.
for sure.
This is the game. You want to see these two last place teams play because, and you're like, oh, dude, I got to watch that game.
Yeah,
right?
Right.
Every single week they do it. Major League Baseball does not do a very good job of building up storylines if it's not the Yankees and Red Sox, if it's not the Dodgers and Giants, the Dodgers and the Angels, the Yankees and I don't know, pretty much just the Yankees and Red Sox.
Anybody.
Right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But because the league isn't doing that. The Yes Network is doing that. The Yankees
Yes Network is doing it. Fans are doing it. Fans are
doing it. You're right. Yes.
The only thing Major League Baseball has done over the last decade to create must-see TV was not punish the Astros. And then we only got a 60-game season out of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, how poorly executed is that? And then the next year, it was like, well, like Major League Baseball can't even follow through with their own storylines right now. Like, their marketing team is a mess.
It's a mess.
This would be the best storyline. The A's would be must-see TV. And there'd be butts in seats, whether people want to boo him, whether they want to cheer him on.
Yep.
You're right. Oakland, make it happen.
Put him there. See what happens.
So this is the other thing I want to talk about with this, though, was that we talked about Jonathan Papelbon a minute ago, and now we're going to bridge the gap, Brig. He said that he would pay Trevor Bauer's minimum salary if the Red Sox signed him.
Oh, see? My man.
Like, nothing to lose in Boston.
I told you he was loosening up.
Yeah. Nothing to lose in Boston.
They're never going to hire him in Boston. It's okay.
No.
But
especially with shooting a docuseries.
Yeah.
Exactly. Don't want him
it's never going to happen. No, at least not this season. But yes, that's 100% true. My question is, and I'm trying to look this up, what is the term on his contract with the Yokohama Bay Stars?
I think it was a 1-year deal.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah, he is a full free agent. He can sign anywhere he wants. Hunting. Yeah. Yep. And one last thing on this, Brig. If Alex Rodriguez can go from what he was to what he is now, I don't understand why Trevor Bauer can't, unless MLB is just going to squash the whole thing.
Okay,
which it seems like they're really trying to.
Listen, even Pete Rose has an entire faction of fans who do not care. They will say, I don't care what the evidence shows. I don't care what you want to say. He has the most hits of any baseball player who ever lived. He, immediate Hall of Fame player. Like they will go to bat, pun intended, for Pete Rose all day long.
You're right.
I'm saying that I'm stepping up to the plate for Trevor Bauer because, like, just like everything we've said, just everything,
Yeah.
everything.
Yep. Yep.
Come on,
All
Oakland.
right.